Prophet likes him. It is in order. His appearance was already prophesied by Shaykh Akbar hundreds of years before. The Ottomans were already, let's say, how long they were? A few hundred years, I think, 100 something. Already ruling. He was very strong. Some say he's stronger than his father. That he stopped so many things that was going to damage Islam. Not only the empire, but Islam. Every sultan was moving west. He was going east. He was destroying the Safavis, the Shi'is that were there, that from behind they were always supporting the Crusaders. And he went there, he finished them. Then he came back. He was championing Islam. And he defeated so many enemies that even the Arabs at that time, let's not say Arabs, the Abbasids at that time, they were not able to establish peace in that area because they were already broken up into different families, different dynasties. Dynasty means a family. Different areas, and they were fighting with each other. And he was uniting. He stopped the fitna over here, he defeated them, then he gave them the power back and said, stop fighting, just unite. Stop fighting, unite, stop fighting, unite. So he was doing that. And he was then given the order. He did so many miracles. He was a friend of Allah. All the sultans were following sheikhs. They were belonging to tarikats. Some more than one tarikat. But the awliya Allah and their sheikhs were guiding them very strongly. So he was the one who defeated the Mamluks, crossing the desert, unheard of. You have to be a little bit crazy. They're crossing the deserts. You understand? Generals are saying, the men are saying that they cannot do this. He was writing, he says, they're saying, Ya Sultan. He got off his horse and he started walking on the sand, running. He says, the Prophet is in front of us, don't you see him? How can we stop? Word went to the soldiers, their morals were pumped up. Then with that prophetic himmat, they managed to take over. Prophet ﷺ says, if there are two heads, cut one of them off. There cannot be two heads. The strongest must rule. When he went, the order was already given now to the ruling Khalifa by the Prophet ﷺ. They say, this is the one, next one who is going to carry it. The jubbah was given, the girdle, the sword, the belt of the Prophet ﷺ, put it, then he went. So the khilafat was then passed on to him and to the descendants of the House of Osman. So very strong, very different from his contemporaries, people who are around. It's different from his brothers, different from his father. Some say he wasn't even picked necessarily by his father to become the next one. But he was very strong, he was very sharp. He got the support from everyone also, because he was very strongly religious. And they were seeing the signs of Allah's favor on him. They say this one reminds us, he says, of our ancestors fighting for Allah's sake. Not sitting down and being comfortable. Expanding. It's so easy to just sit down and be comfortable. Why are we expanding? And I say, no, job is not finished yet. So, alhamdulillah, we're asking for his himmat on us. For the sake of SahibulSaif, inshallah. Al-Fatiha.